What's going on, everybody? It's Analogy. Hope everyone's having a good day. And the more that I think about it, the more that I have no idea what I'm doing in terms of a name. I've tried like Analogy because I thought it sounded cool, because I always give my friends analogies and stuff, or when I'm trying to explain things, it's always an analogy. So that was a name, and then my original name was Godric Grin, and that was a spin-off from True Blood, who was my favorite character in True Blood was Godric, and then Chelsea Grin's my favorite band, so I put the two and two together, and that's how I got Godric Grin. And then that didn't really stick too long, and now I really just want to go back to my original nickname, which is Buko, just part of my last name. I want to go back to that, but that's not the point of today's video. I found myself today playing some pubs, and I've been really just raping people and kicking people's asses left and right. And as I'm playing, because sometimes it gets a little bit boring, it gets a little bit tedious when you're just sitting here and it's game after game after game. In one game you go 76-3, and then the next game you go 15-10. It just gets a little bit frustrating and a little bit boring sometimes. So as I'm playing, I'm always like surfing on the internet. I'm always on YouTube or whatever, just looking up videos, and I just come across, you know, it gives you the recommended videos and stuff. And so I saw some old Advanced Warfare gameplay, and actually I believe I just took it down, and I'm going to bring it back up really quick because I wanted to see what exactly I was watching. It was some old school Advanced Warfare. It was Optic Gaming and FaZe in the grand finals. I want to say it was COD Champs, I think. But regardless, I was watching some old school Advanced Warfare, and I must say, like, AW got a really bad rap, I think, in my personal opinion, based on some of the videos that I watched of pro players, and then some videos that I watched of just famous YouTubers that are really big into Call of Duty. And I don't think it's that bad of a game, and I wish more people played it right now, because I've caught myself a couple times. I just get a little bit too tired of Black Ops 3, and it just seems so tedious and so much of the same shit. And I don't want to compare it to Ghost, because Ghost was probably the most boring game I've ever played, but in terms of like being repetitive, you know, I'm not really huge into the supply drops. The only reason I use supply drops or want supply drops is to get camos or the guns. That's really it. Any of the gestures, that stuff doesn't really, I don't really look into that too much. I don't really care. So I just wanted to hop back into Advanced Warfare, just a change of pace, and nobody plays that, unfortunately. I think I've tried maybe 3 or 4 times, and I've only gotten one match, and I actually did really good. It was an S&D, and that was when I really first started getting into the competitive scene in terms of watching it and understanding, like, competitive is a lot different than pubs, obviously. So whenever I first started playing Advanced Warfare, I never really played ranked play. Even in Black Ops 2, I never played League a lot. I mean, here and there, nothing like I do now in Black Ops 3. But I just found myself kind of like wanting to play Advanced Warfare. Now, obviously, the movement's crazy different, and the guns are different and everything. It's just a completely different game, it feels like to me, but I want to play it. I wanted to play it. So I've been watching a lot of the Advanced Warfare, like, LAN tournaments, like the pro players and stuff like that, and going back on some of the pro players' YouTube channels just to watch them scrim or to watch their streams or whatever. And I guess the point is what I'm trying to get at in this video is that I don't think it's as bad of a game as everyone makes it out to be. And I mean, maybe I'm the only one that thinks that, but I kind of miss that type of movement and it's a different aspect of the game. Now, on the contrary, on the flip side to that, I think that Black Ops 2, even like MW3, those games, the LAN tournaments, the pro players, it seemed like they were so much more hyped up for games. Now, not to say that there's not hype now, but it just seems like night and day when it comes to, you know, watching like the top 5 clutches. They were always, the earliest game was like Advanced Warfare, and they were okay clutches, like in terms of the team getting pumped up or whatever. But you see like the 1v4 clutches or the 1v3 in S&D, when you see those from Black Ops 3, or excuse me, from Black Ops 2, I mean, the whole booth, the whole team is just like screaming and just pumped up and stuff, and I just don't feel like it's like that anymore with Black Ops 3. And going back and tying that into Advanced Warfare, I think that adding that dynamic and the movement system that it had, I feel like that just added a whole different dynamic to the game. It wasn't just boots on the ground. It wasn't just, you know, you head glitch a spot. There's no other way a guy can get to you. There's maybe 1 or 2 lanes, and if you got those 2 lanes covered, then there's literally no other way that person can get to you. Now you have wall running in Advanced Warfare. You had the jumping and the dodging and ducking and all that shit. And I just think it made. I would agree that it did make shitty players good, but it made good players great. And that's just my opinion. I don't know. I really did enjoy going back and watching some Advanced Warfare as I sit here and play pub after pub. Kind of got burnt out a little bit with Arena because that's all I really posted before this. But again, I didn't think it was that bad of a game. I really enjoy watching it and going back. I think the commentators being all into it, the players were into it, and just I don't know. I just really enjoyed it, and I hope that Infinite Warfare can kind of bring the same thing based on some videos that I've watched from some popular YouTubers that maybe have more of an inside scoop than the normal average Joe. It seems that it's almost similar to Black Ops 3 in terms of the movement. I hear supply drops are coming back and all that stuff. So we'll see, but I just don't like when people bash Advanced Warfare too much. I can see bashing Ghost. I didn't think that game was fun at all. I thought it was very bland. That's probably the best word to describe it to me. But I really did enjoy Advanced Warfare. I thought it was a good game. So anyway, done with my rant. I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. I got a couple Wraiths during this game, and I never used to really put Wraith on at all when I played Arena. It was Hellstorm, Lightning, Hellstorm, and Cerberus were probably the highest I ever went. Then I started really getting confident. My KD was up around a 1.8 for Arena, which is pretty good. And I'm playing singles too. I don't really normally play with a team unless somebody picks me up, that I played with or played against. In the next game they'll pick me up. But usually I just get on by myself and play because I don't really feel like talking to anybody. But it was cool that I got a Wraith, and I ended the game with a Wraith, I think with 30-something and 8 or 30-something and 9. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my rant, and I'd be curious to hear in the comments what you guys have to think, if you thought Advanced Warfare was a shitty game or it wasn't too bad. So if you did like this video, like, subscribe, comment, do all that cool shit, and I'll see you guys in the next video.